Hey guys, so Tara here, and I wanted to share with you one tip that I have heard recently that's been really beneficial for me. It's been beneficial for other coaches, so I wanted to share the love and pass it on. And that is a form of follow-up that I find totally fascinating. So someone has expressed interest in a challenge group or whatever, and you, in some way or another, whether it be they weren't necessarily interested in the challenge group, but they expressed their fitness struggles with you. Maybe they struggle with meal planning, or maybe they struggle with eating sweets or whatever. So you've kind of suggested at some point our challenge groups to them, and they've said no, right? Or they've said maybe later. One of those two responses. What I recommend you then do, this is such a wussy notepad, something bigger than this, write their names down in a list. So like get a notebook, write their names down. Or, if you're using some kind of customer tracking system or whatever, in some place, have them all in one place, right? Where you can really track them. Maybe use a spreadsheet, or I use Streak. And then what you do is you check in with them on Follow-Up Friday. So Follow-Up Friday, what you do is you go through the list and you look at anyone who you haven't talked to in 2 weeks. Now, if you don't have a lot of time, just hit who you can. But of those people, send them send them something to add value to them. So if they were struggling with, my struggle with sweets, then you might send them a healthy, clean eat, like sweets recipe, something that's, 21-day fix friendly. Another thing that you can do is send them, if they struggle with motivation, maybe you send them an article about motivation. You're not asking them to be in your challenge group. You're just giving them value. Like, hey, I saw this. I wanted to send it your way because it seemed like something that might really benefit you. That's all you need to do. And then you're like, hey, by the way, how's life? What's going on? Whatever. Just pick up the conversation, but do a little bit to add value to them, right? And then after a couple of times of doing that, so maybe 3 or so times that you've sent out that message where you've added value to them, then send out your next invite, right? So, hey, my challenge group is opening out such and such. I think this might be good for you, and do it like that. And then track this. If you've done this, what I heard a coach say is if you've done this like 7 or 8 times, 7 of those follow-ups, including, sending them something of value, including inviting them to a challenge group, after about 7 or so, you're probably in a position where this person isn't probably going to take the leap soon. So move them maybe to a different list, like a kind of check in way later list, and focus on that list that you have and adding value, right? And so ideally, you're not going to have this giant ever building list, because you're moving people either to all right, they're not ready right now, let me put them later, or they are in your challenge group. But you're continuing to add value and building trust and helping them see you as a helpful resource for them, and to see that you're not just in it for the sale, right? You're in it to help them. And they'll start to see that as you're just no strings attached, sending them an article, sending them a tip that you tried for yourself. So I want to recommend you do that. You just sit down for a Friday, Friday afternoon or whatever, set a timer for 15 minutes or whatever, and boom, 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 go through that list. And you can even copy and paste, a similar message if people have similar struggles. Send it right down through that list and start adding value to lots of people. Think of all the people that you could help doing just that small and simple task. So I hope that helps, and I hope you guys are doing great.